is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Super Fantasy Brawl, which is really 1v1 player game about fantasy brawling. This game is okay. There's nothing inherently really wrong with it. I just kind of find it boring. And I don't feel like there's that much
a lot of variety in the cards.
Yeah, I mean...
It can't be 6 for each champion.
Right, so you have an 18-card deck, which is nice because that means that, like, you're not bogged down by, like, each character having 10, or so you don't have a 30-card deck.
Right.
You have enough variation to where you'll most likely be able to control every hero on the board instead of being like, man, I'd really like to use this guy, but unfortunately I'm not drawing him.
Yep.
So the decks are smaller. I just think that the game's kind of lame. Because, it's supposed to be Super Fantasy Brawl, and what's really exciting about, let's just keep fighting for the one statue. Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, I pushed you out of the way. Yeah. Luckily, it's my turn now, and boom, three points immediately. Like, it's just kind of lame.
Yeah. It's like it's almost a strategy game, but there's not enough strategy.
Right.
And it's almost a fighting game, but there's the strategy element that takes away from the just bashing each other.
Right. And this company does... they're the same company that did Mythic Battles, Pantheon, and Reichbusters, and there's another one that I'm forgetting about. But in Mythic Battles, they also have an alternate way of victory besides just killing the opposing god. Yeah. So similar idea here is, you get a trophy for defeating someone's, hero, which is not overly hard. You have ways to be able to deal automatic damage. But, obviously it's about the trophy or the challenges.
Yeah.
And that's where the conflict is going to kind of come in. It's
too hard to just knock somebody out, and the reward is not as great as the strategy.
The reward's supposed to be also that they level up, so...
Well, yeah, which was nice, but...
Yeah.
Little too late in my case.
Right. Because at that point, you had one character leveled up, you could have... but my other two weren't even close to being damaged, so the one thing that you could have potentially gotten, by the time you probably leveled someone up, it would have been discarded.
Yep.
So... I don't really find... The only thing I find really actually interesting is the theme. Like, that opening thing is kind of an interesting... Oh, hey, magic solved everything, so what do we do? Oh, we get heroes from the past. But in all reality, it's like the past is like... They're still all fantasy, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to the different past where dwarves existed, or whatever. Right. Whatever bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
The minis are really detailed.
Yeah.
They're big to be painted. But they're also big enough that they kind of get in the way of actual game mechanic.
Right.
So that to me seems to be what they put the most thought into, the character designs, which is already
these massive statues that do nothing except for just be an area control kind of thing.
I kind of like the trap mechanic.
Yeah.
But that's not compelling enough to make up for the blah of the rest of it.
Right.
And I have never played this before, but it is not strikingly different from similar games.
Sure.
In any particular way. It's simplified, so maybe it's like a gateway to that style.
Maybe, yeah. It's, because there's basically zero luck in the game in terms of attacking. It's like, I have a card that does 3 damage, you have no armor, you have no reaction, you're taking 3 damage.
Yeah, unless I have a defensive card.
Right.
And that just means the luck is the draw.
Yeah, exactly.
And the deck is small enough that you're going to get lucky often enough to be consistent.
Right. And the other thing is, like, the other interesting idea is the fact that you do have to do some hand management. You have 3 magic cores, and you have to spend them to activate a specific hero, as well as spend that, so it's like...
Or save them for a defense.
Exactly. Well, no, you don't have to save them for a defense, because they reset at the end of your turn, which I do like. I like the fact that it's not like, do I choose to attack or potentially defend?
The choice is whether you defend.
Yes.
And then lose what you were planning to do.
Lose a potential attack, yes. Yeah. So it is interesting, because it's like, oh man, I have the a relentless advance for Kilgore, or I have this chop for Corvash, but they're both red, and I can't possibly do both of them.
Yeah. In that sense, it is balanced. Mm-hmm. It felt limiting, but it might just be my experience with the game.
No, it's limiting. Because you have a hand of like all these cards.
But each of them can do several different things.
But only once.
As well. Yeah. There's no way to recover them. And that would be powerful to be able to recover like one per turn. Either as a rule or
special ability
several
or something.
Special abilities let you.
Right, because it's like...
But that could also get overpowered in a game this simple.
Yeah, I mean, because put it this way, it's just like, okay, if I play Blizzard, deal 2 damage. I mean, because, the highest one right there is 9 health, but no armor. So it's like, okay, I'll deal 2 damage to him. Boom, now I'm going to do, Relentless Advance, and now I'm going to do Chop. Yeah. So it's like, now I'll choreograph all this. When the game really isn't about defeating your opponents.
Right.
It's about, doing the area control kind of aspect. But also at the same time, these come out randomly. The fact that 2 cards literally had the exact same condition, it was basically a bum rush to be like, oh, who's going to try and have more enemies there?
Yep.
For 3 points,
Yep.
And that's also dictated by turn order.
Yep.
So both times I scored it just happened to be, oh, now it's my turn. Okay, beginning 2 points. Yep. Okay, now 3 points. Game's over.
Yeah.
And you did stall it for a turn by defeating him, and then pushing the other one away. Mm-hmm. But it's also at the same time,
I came close to actually scoring some points.
You got one. But that's the thing. It's like I don't really like. For this game, I actually feel like the fact that you can do everything on your turn basically means you can sandbag the points.
Yeah.
Like if I had to activate one person and then be like, okay, now it's your turn to activate someone.
Yeah.
But
you can only play one card or use one token.
Alternating. Then you could be like, oh, I see what he's trying to do. Like because I rushed there, and then this is like, okay, then you can kind of push your character back to stop that spot from being taken.
Make it more strategic, but I'm afraid that would just make it so much longer that it would be boring in the other way. True.
Or give more incentive as to fight the actual champions. Because right now it's like 75% these points here versus 25% of fighting.
Yeah.
And it's literally called Super Fantasy Brawl, not Super Fantasy Challenges.
Well, that's true.
Like, we're not brawling. We're just kind of like, elbowing past to be like, I'm by the statue!
Well, the fighting and the pushing around does play into the gaining the trophies most of the time. Because it's an area control.
Right.
Are they all area control? That sounds like they are. The ones that I've seen have been.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes, kind of, actually.
Oh, having your people leveled up.
Have 2 or more champions and trap hexes. Oh. Yeah, the level up. But most of them, it's all control the destruction area. Control, but like...
or surround the statue.
They're all, it is all area control.
Okay.
Pretty much, except the kind of the level up. But even then, with the trap hexes, you want to control those spots. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I never quite feel like even the heroes feel all that different.
Right.
Like, it's just it's generic.
It's the cards that make them different. It's not.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They've all got variants of the same thing.
Right.
Like I've got an eagle that can swoop for 4 with the right card. Mm-hmm. Well, that's pretty powerful.
Right.
But I wanted that token for something else.
Exactly. A lot of my cards have to deal with between Kilgore and Corvash are you guys being bloodied.
Yeah.
If you're bloodied, they do more effects.
Right. I got a few of those too.
Right. So this game is kind of just it's Kickstarter bloat because there's a bunch of enemies or not enemies, monsters, heroes, whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. And giant minis that are amazing, like they'd be great painted. But then you have these giant statues that do jack shit.
Yeah.
And then like the whole box is big only because of the game trays, which once again they are nice, and the trophies are nice.
Yeah.
The production value is really great. But the game, for me, and I've played a lot of 1v1 games. Mm-hmm. I personally don't like the simplified. I love we just got done playing Ashes.
Yes.
And I love that kind of head-to-head game. BattleCon, which is truly everything is out on the table, the 2D fighter. Magic the Gathering, of course, things like that, where you really have to try and come up with cool combos and read your opponent.
And you're chipping away at them instead of just, I got 5 points this
Yes,
turn.
exactly. Oh, okay, game's over. Like, so, I mean, if you're not big into 1v1 games, this game does have rules for 3 or 4 players, so you...
Are they just teams?
Yeah, Super Team Tornado.
Okay, because it says 2 or 4 on the box.
Oh, sorry, yeah, not 3.
So I was thinking that it was just two on each side.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could probably recommend games that are 1v1 that aren't generic, but aren't super, heavy into, like Magic or something, which is like a huge barrier to entry.
Unless they really are designing it as a gateway into this style of gaming.
Maybe.
In which case, probably not bad intro, but you'll get tired of it and you'll want to move on to something more complex.
Right. This does have an expansion, which just has basically more heroes, and then it just went on Kickstarter for, even more content. But, this box is completely full because of these trays that are just stacked on top of each other.
Yep.
There's literally 2 yellow trays specifically for these minis because they can only hold 2 of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're amazing. This is a chunk, like it's a weapon at this point.
But it's pretty pointless. You could just have a hex, or they could be permanently. Well, they should be. Right. I guess they should be able to be varied.
And at the same time, it's like in the 1v1 for the challenges, it's what I don't really care for because it's first to 5. Let's say the control, two people next to Esme's. Let's say we did have control the yellow area and then control the blue area. Mm-hmm. It's just like, okay, well, you're going to move to the yellow and control that. Mm-hmm. Therefore, I will just inadvertently control the blue, and we just trade challenges. Yeah. And it's like, why are we interacting? Why are we playing? We're not interacting with each other in any way. Because I can't send someone all the way over here to stop you because, hey, I'm here. You have 2 people there. I didn't even have any cards to activate them, or if I did, I used up they're 2 blue, and I can only use the blue once. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of lame in the fact that there's just so many ways to get challenges, and you hardly ever battle against each other.
True.
So, I don't know. Inherently, the game, it's fine. It's fine. It's very simple to set up. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have to sit here and study a character.
Right. Or play them 7 or 8 times before you really feel like you're
competent. Oh, yeah, I know exactly I know what strategies to do. So you can just pick any 3, shuffle their decks together, because they don't even start with their special abilities, so you don't even have to worry about that, because you're not going to level them all up throughout the game anyway, so it's like you'll most likely get 1 or 2, and then once you flip them, then you're like, oh, okay. Like, oh, he gains 1 more health, yay! And then adjacent opponents cannot attack unless Dugrun is the target of the attack. Ah, that's cool. Mm-hmm. I guess you could always house rule and just say everyone starts leveled up, and if you kill someone, you get 2 trophies, or something.
Or I was actually just thinking, what if when you gain a trophy, you could instead choose to level up a character instead of taking the trophy? I'm trying to fix something. And,
right. Well, because the whole point of the game is to gain 5 points. So it's like if you
to level up
to make the game a little bit more strategic, I guess, is now everyone starts leveled up. Mm-hmm. Like now it's 7, 8, 9 health, and then Kilgore's immune to stun. Corvash attacks ignore defense if the target is bloodied, and then he has to be targeted by attacks. And now, since they're harder to kill, the trophy points should go up.
Yep.
Like, oh, now it's 2 points if I kill you, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would basically ignore the have 2 people leveled up because that can't happen. But like some of these should just be like, oh, destroy, defeat an opponent, because if that happens, boom, oh, okay, great. The fact that you score at the beginning, I like the fact that you score at the beginning, because it stops people from then just like, oh, I'm gonna bum rush over here and haha, now I technically control it, but I don't know. It's not bad. It's just boring.
It's not bad. It's just not good.
It's not great. For me, I guess I wouldn't really consider it good either, because I don't want to play it again. Like, I have so many 1v1 games that fill exactly what I want.
Yep.
And Mythic Games did Mythic Battles Pantheon, which is fantastic. That has that level of depth with the alternate way to win of getting the gems or destroying the god.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I can really think of. You have anything else to say?
No, I think it's all been said.
Cool. All right. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
6.
6? Yeah, that's a little bit higher than me. I'm just gonna give it a 5.
Sure.
Like, it's an average game.
Yep.
I don't consider it above average. It doesn't inherently do anything wrong. It's just kind of boring.
Okay.
So that's our thoughts on Super Fantasy Brawl. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.